It's time for Seriously, Let's Play, a Nerd's Domain actual play podcast. Each week, we'll be sending you part of a one-shot that covers a game on our list that we keep meaning to play and never find time for. Join Matt, the Thompsons, and John Quiet as they give you a small showing of what each system is like and tell a story that they've put together themselves.
So hi and welcome back to Seriously Let's Play. This is our Ninja Crusade game. And we are here again with Kevin as Saburo, Chelsey as Hanami, Roxy as Kurayami.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Cristi as Jun, and David as Mako, or also known as Makoto.
Hello.
So your characters have traveled from the hidden city of Danketsu across the empire, evading the Izzo soldiers, until you have finally found this hidden village, and not so much hidden, but abandoned. And within it you have discovered some out-of-place nobles, and something seems really odd about this.
Something is definitely afoot.
Yes.
So, we take our story from there.
Right, so this is a scene change, right? 'Cause
This is definitely a scene change.
We bedded down, we camped out in a tree or around a tree?
Over basically placing the tree between yourselves and the this abandoned village.
Is it just one tree?
It's a very large tree.
But it's just one?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, for the jutsus, that's something I need to prepare beforehand. Like, would this be enough cover potentially if I wanted to go ahead and activate a jutsu in preparation? I think something might occur.
It is possible. If you're about to disembark to go back to the village, this would be a great time to do that. If you thought something was going to happen within that scene.
Okay.
On that note, are we staying here until it's night again, or are we going to do something during the day?
I could do some preliminary scouting with my unnoticed jutsu.
Okay.
Because if I can prepare it out here and it works, I can go out there and look at stuff with a pretty good stealth. Yeah. So also, has the fog lifted? Once, we were headed out there at night, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, did the fog burn off in the morning light?
Yes, it did.
Okay, so then I guess what do we see for this village of Noboribetsu?
Now that you're taking the time to observe in, obviously the brighter light of day, you're able to make out this village. It seems to be a structure, a set of structures, about 8 buildings, about 2 or 3 huts interspersed, about 3 or 4 longhouses, and some smaller barns and lean-tos. It definitely comes across that this was once a farm community.
Okay.
So,
and then we got sent out here with word that forces were massing up. Or do we see those large groups of people, or does it look to be just small, individual groups?
Well, the forces were in the Iron Province.
yes.
And this was where we felt the secret covert groups were
Right.
headed. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
and it sounds like there might be 4 of those currently
Okay.
here.
Sure. That's interesting. Okay, so then, is everybody cool with me trying to go all chameleon and trying to
For sure.
look in there and see what's
Yeah.
up?
Yeah. Get her done.
Yeah, and I still would want to prepare my jutsu once you're done.
Okay, so preparing my jutsu. So it says it's yang plus stealth. I have 2 yang, and this is a basic jutsu. 2 yang and 4 stealth. So I'll roll 6 dice to prepare. Yeah, I got a lot of stealth. I went pretty traditional ninja with this guy. Oh yes, I got a boost.
Oh, awesome.
That was my only success. Yeah, it was my only success, but I did get a boost.
Hey, there you go.
And it was 2 successes for this one to activate, or 1?
It's just a basic.
Oh,
jutsu,
okay.
So it's just a 1.
You really lucked out.
Yeah, so it says you can blend with any surrounding if you're still, and that's like a perfect blend, and then a +2 stealth while I'm moving very slowly or at a normal walking pace. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slowly make my way down toward the village,
Okay.
and sort of just rely on blending. I'm going to turn my coat inside out to where it's the sort of mottled side and not the crimson side.
Mm-hmm.
Not that is like directly tied to the jutsu or anything, but that's just
Yeah.
what he
It's a
sort of
little
one of the
additional
A little flavor.
things
camouflage.
that he uses. So then I'm going to use stealth and maybe I'll use perception too, because I want to be moving quietly down there and looking very closely to see, who is based where. Are these people mostly in the longhouses? Are they, some of them based in the huts or whatever else it might be? So that'll be, that'll be 6. Wait, no, I get a +2 stealth, so it'll be 6 stealth, 2 perception.
Awesome.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Ninja be stealthy.
Okay, so two regular successes and another boost. So 4 total successes.
All right. And, of course, I'm just loving my dice tonight. Only 1 success.
Okay. Oh, also, if I roll a boost in the activation of my jutsu, I can create a distraction to get them a -2 perception to see me.
Jeez.
Yeah. I kind of went all out on the stealth.
There you go.
Did. You're a scout.
Okay. So, approaching now the village, is there a certain way? Are you trying to go in the way that you went last night to try and come up that way, or is there a different method that you're trying to approach?
I'm gonna try and approach from a little different angle, like maybe swing out a little bit away from the lake, and then come in from a little bit more
Okay.
open ground. I guess since I'm pretty confident in my camouflage.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm gonna just kind of swing out and then come in at a little different angle, so I can see a little different stuff. We already know. I don't know the guy's name, but we know it. It's written down somewhere, I'm sure. That guy is staying in this particular longhouse that we were under.
Yeah.
But I don't know who else is staying where else, and if I can see any crests or anything like that. Yeah.
Okay, as you swing around the village, and in the bright light of day, you are now able to see that there's activities surrounding about 4 different structures.
Okay.
And as you swing out, you see that there is a small carriage that looks like there is a guard watering a horse, 2 guards alongside of it, and what appear to be 2 handmaidens also working around it. Now, this is what appears to be a noble's carriage. I mean, this is very odd to you.
Right.
Obviously. I mean, there are nobles in general that are here, but this might not be as covert as some.
Right. Okay.
But if you'd like to go ahead and make some perception checks, and do you have knowledge?
I do have a 1 knowledge.
Go
I
ahead
can
and
make a knowledge perception check.
perception knowledge.
Sure. Wow, 2 boosts out of a 3 die roll.
And the other one was.
The other one was a 1. Great.
I think you found your new favorite dice.
Yeah. How much can I buy these off you for?
They seem to really roll well for you.
Tell us where you got
I literally have several dollars on me.
I was worried that I had stolen all the dice karma for the night.
Yeah, you were rolling really well too for a while.
Oh yeah.
Okay. You see the markings of not on the carriage. The carriage is entirely unmarked, and the guards are even basically have no mons or crests on them. I mean, somebody is going out of their way to hide their identity.
But the handmaidens.
Handmaidens is very unusual. But there is one family that has basically hung their banner outside their home. And you know that is because of how well you did on this test. That is the Nakaba family.
Okay.
Now, beyond that, you're not really sure much, but you know that is a noble family that is actually in exile from the capital. That is, I mean, when the Ninja Crusade started, and especially during the battle where the ninja attacked the capital and tried to assassinate the emperor himself,
Right.
this was part of the fallout of that. Was many families left, many families were accused of treason and driven out. This is one of those families.
Okay. Gotcha.
So that is very unusual. The other one is that you're able to pick out what appears to be a singular bodyguard at another structure who has a crest upon his back. More likely, possibly a captain of a guard for a house or something like that.
Okay.
But this is the Fujita family. And you know, you're not certain where they're from, but you believe that you had heard that their family also had been wiped out during the Ninja Crusade, that no one was left from that family.
Okay.
So you have a very unusual, eclectic group of people gathering here.
Right. People who have little or no reason to be loyal to the Emperor.
Indeed.
People who might be gathering to lead some sort of rebellion of their own. Just spitballing here. Just, you know.
Yeah, no,
Dry-
it sounds like no
guessing.
friends of the Emperor.
Yeah, more
Right.
of a resistance.
Perhaps no friends of the Empire so far.
But not necessarily friends of the ninja.
Correct.
Yes, we do not know where their allegiances
The,
lie on that.
the longhouse that we were under, I know Saburo is the one that's out there, but if I missed it in conversation, was there a banner on the longhouse that we had?
No, we did catch his name though. It was
Tetsuyo.
Tetsuyo or something like that.
Yes, Tetsuya.
And that would have been his last name too, because they probably wouldn't refer to each other by given names.
Yeah,
Probably would refer to
Master
each other
Tetsuya.
by family names. Right.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. So.
So with this information, what are you doing?
Well, I'm going to restrain myself against my natural inclination, which is to sneak further in and kill somebody. And I'm gonna come back to the group and tell them that there are, several, and we have 3 names now, right? We have
you have
Fukido.
4 names.
Oh, 4. We have all 4 names.
Igarashi, Tetsuya, Fujita,
Nakubo or something like that.
and
Nakaba.
Nakaba. Okay. So yeah, I come back and I relay Nakaba and Fujito to you guys and tell you my memory of these. At least my knowledge of these families, that they had been exiled because of their actions during this attack on the Emperor. Yeah. So
Mako, do you know these names? Are they friends to the ninja?
Will that be a roll for me, John?
Yes, it will.
All right.
He feels like a bard.
So knowledge and what?
I would say intuition, because you're also trying to go with the gut feeling of whether or not these people would be allied with you.
Okay. That's 4 dice.
and we can go and say my unnoticed jutsu ends now, because that was the scene.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that a 6 or a 9? That is a 6. So I got 2 successes.
2 successes.
Oh.
All right. Your knowledge is a little bit deeper in some of these situations. You are able to verify that the Nakaba family is in exile from the capital, but the Fujita family was said to have been wiped out in Yanuma. They were a poor noble family there, that it was said that they were wiped out to a man.
Wiped out by the Emperor?
Yes.
Okay.
And so Out of the names that you know, these two at least could possibly be allies. The other two, you're not certain.
So,
And you're also fairly certain that Tetsuya is not a family name.
okay.
I'm wondering if it would be possible. I have 3 knowledge and 2 intuition. Could I do a check and see if I know more about those other families?
If you'd like to try, yeah. It's going to be a little bit more difficult to really gain much more information or knowledge than what's already been revealed.
Okay. Then maybe I'll wait then.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, everyone knowing that, then we have people who are not necessarily aligned with the Emperor, and those who might actually be allies to us. Yet they were all called here by a letter claiming prosperity for the Empire.
At least to one of the invitations. Because the other gentleman turned away when he asked, "Oh, well, what did your invitation say?" So I'm wondering if whoever's the host is promising different people what their desires would be just to get them here.
And maybe it's also possible that the Emperor has gotten knowledge of these houses and has lured them here with that.
Set up for
And
an
that's why the
ambush.
troops are amassing to attack them.
That's what I'm feeling. This feels like a big setup to wipe out enemies of the Empire.
Or possible resistance of some sort.
Yeah, or, hey, invite them all here, and the troops can go and do their thing while these people are at Noboribetsu. And keep them away from that situation, and let the troops have
My
no
question
resistance.
is, what does our master want us to do with this information that we have?
Correct.
Yeah,
We were
sitting
supposed to
here-
find out why the troops were amassing here, correct?
But there have been no troops.
Well,
that was
why,
at the...
why these secret
why the
people are
secret
coming
groups
here.
are here.
Convert.
So,
Oh,
well,
so you haven't
and
really
who they
done
were,
yet.
because we didn't know who the secret groups were. We
Right.
just knew that there were people stealthily moving through.
Well, we know who they are now.
Well, now we do. Yes,
But
Right,
we
but
still don't know
why?
why they're here.
Right.
Yeah,
And
why
we
are
can't
they
go
there?
back with just this information.
if I had a suggestion, just in looking at the lay of the land as we have it, I personally feel like maybe the Fujita family or the gentleman who could possibly be the only Fujita left, if he's actually part of the family and not just a guard. If they were thought to be wiped out, you said to a man, so they were allowed one person. They left, or is that just a saying?
That's just a saying. That means that nobody was...
every last one.
Every last one was
Yes.
gone? Well, if somebody's there with their crest, I would think that they would at least be open more so to talking to perhaps the ninjas, because I would not think that they would want to ever gain favor again with the Empire. That's an assumption, as
Might
in
be
thinking
our
about
shot.
it. They would be more likely, because any of these other people, exiled nobles, nah, they might want back in goods. You know, they might turn us over. It's kind of how I feel about. I'm not a big fan of nobles anyway, as a rule. so I feel like maybe Fujita would be the house that's got the gentleman outside that has a Fujita crest on his back.
So one or all of us need to go in and talk with him.
Yeah, I think if we were to make ourselves known, we start there. And just perhaps the least resistance, because the rest of these guys were not were not eradicated.
Right.
You know, this was
Right, so they might want it a barter to gain favor, and we would be a prize.
Right.
right,
And the
exactly.
Fujita
Yeah.
basically have nothing to lose.
Yeah, I would think. Yeah, exactly.
Because they pretty much almost lost everything.
Well, yeah.
So
I wouldn't suggest doing it necessarily during the day,
Right,
broad daylight, maybe
Mhm.
dusk.
Agreed.
But I do think it would be smart to kind of watch this and see if anybody else comes in.
right? Do a little stakeout.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, presumably if these 4 guys have been called here, somebody is coming along to deliver a message.
Right.
Whether it's the armies or if it's an actual person trying to gather these people for some sort of rebellion.
Right.
Somebody should be coming here.
Yeah, we don't know the date on the invitation, so it could very well be tonight. Or tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, it could be. We could have gotten here just in time.
Correct.
Okay. As you're all discussing this and deciding where you want to go with this information, you hear the sound of a bell. Possibly, every village has a bell to gather or a chime of some sort, usually. Sometimes they're inexpensive, like just pieces of large bamboo or whatnot, but this one sounds like an honest-to-goodness bell. So, looking over, you begin to see in the distance people exiting out of the various buildings and beginning to congregate towards one. So.
Okay.
I feel like I want to congregate with them or try to get closer to
Do we
them.
see a lot of... How many people are we seeing?
Essentially, somewhere in the ballpark of around 12 people total.
Okay, so we're not talking massive...
Right.
Not something we
Those
could
are not
blend in with.
uprising numbers.
Yeah.
Not right now, anyway.
Not
Yeah.
yet.
Maybe
The-
the planning phase. But
It would
not-
be
not-
perhaps heads of houses.
I will still want to activate my jutsu before we leave from the tree. The like water, where I can get +2 bonus to block, brace, dodge, or find cover. 'Cause if things go terribly wrong, I want to be able to stay
Sure.
away to keep helping. So I want to do that before I forget.
Yeah, I have a couple of jutsu I'd like to activate.
Okay, so this is a level 2 with yin, which is 2 for me, and intuition, which is also 2. If I get luck with these dice, I'll give it a try. I have 4 successes.
Oh, fantastic.
No boosts, but 4
Hey.
successes.
Very good. Okay.
I will take this. So,
So for the scene, you get a +2 bonus to block, dodge, brace,
brace or find cover. Can you only activate so many jutsus at a time, or because I'm debating about doing the
As
soothing
long as you
water.
have the key to be able to, or your key or chi to be able to do it, you should be able to.
Okay.
How do we know our... How do we know that figure?
So you should have 3, based on your inning. Yeah, 3.
3.
This is the owl in the Tootsie Roll commercial.
Oh,
A
thanks.
commercial.
2,
3.
3.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So you just need to, you have the chi to be able to do it.
Yes.
And this is a matter of the activation roll and whether or not you get the negatives if you fail or whatever else.
Right. So just for also, just in case, I want to activate soothing water, which is, or can I?
The thing about soothing water is it's a healing thing. So
So someone
if
has
we
to be
need
hurt
it,
first.
We're in trouble. So activating it is not going to alert anybody. We're already alerted. But no one's going to get no one's going to break their leg walking in the village.
Yeah.
If
Okay.
we get hurt and need that, we're in a fight, and we've alerted them.
Okay.
Which is the same reason I'm not going to activate any of my jutsus, because they're all fights too. So,
Gotcha.
Except for the unseen, which I've already used. And I don't
Okay.
need.
Yeah, that's fair enough. So I'll just keep with my like water. So if I do have to stay hidden or I get beat up on in some regard, then I have a chance.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so that'll be it for Hanami.
Okay.
And I would like to activate some of mine.
Okay.
I'm going to start with Danger Sense, which will be all of mine are level 1, so and it's going to be 3 dice pull on that. So. All right, I got 3 successes on that, so that's activated.
Nice.
And then Reading the Eyes, which gives me a bonus to detect motives and intent, and if someone's lying, and that lasts for the scene. So if I do this, I'm listening to people that we go watch. It should work for that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I got 1 success there. Does that it needs? You have to get 2 successes to activate it.
If it's basic, it should just be 1 success, right?
Yes, if it's
Yeah.
basic.
Right. Okay.
And
All
then
right. So
medium is
yeah, all
two.
mine are basic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then also tree hopping, just in case we have to move fast.
That's a good one. I had that one with one of my characters.
See, I have tree hopping, and I considered it, but that's why I was asking if there was more than one tree. And you
Well,
just
You can hop around on the same tree.
because it says 3 times movements in forests and jungles.
Yeah, you'd
That's
have to.
that's a simplified version of what it does. It actually any wooden surface. So if there's a dock or a pier or wooden
In a
roofs,
house.
things like that, you get that
Interesting.
bonus also. And 2 successes there, so that's activated.
Cool.
Nice.
All right. So how are y'all going to approach? What's the goal here?
So I say we stealth up. If everyone is meeting there, no one is maybe watching their back? Question mark?
Well, do we see who's ringing the bell?
Not
Don't
from where you
believe
are.
That was described.
No, we just heard it. And that
We
was
just
it.
heard the bell.
Right.
Do we see where the bell is? Is that where they're... No, we don't.
Okay, so then you want to try and
It's all
we try and just stealth up, and I might do like stealth and survival to sort of stay low and hidden, and try and get close.
Okay. Is anybody else going along trying to stealth their way up to the building?
I think that I will, just in case something does go awry. I don't know. which
Okay.
ones it is.
Yeah.
Is anyone planning on staying back? Let's put it that way.
Did you want to stay
Well, I
back?
guess how far away? So we're still by the tree right
Yeah.
now, right? So and that's still a pretty good.
Everything's the village for the most part is visible,
Okay.
and you can observe from a distance. And obviously, you observed everybody leaving to go to one central location.
Okay.
But other than that, it's really hard to make out anything else. So yeah, it is a distance away.
Okay. Then yes, I will want to. I might not get as close as Saburo does, but I still want to be close enough to see what's going on.
You're right, and I'm gonna try and get into the village, and get up, behind buildings, and try and sort of peek around corners to see where people are at, if there looks to be people around, or if all the people have congregated.
Yeah.
And that was 4 successes as well,
Oh, nice. Okay.
and one of them was a boost as well.
Okay. Good. Good.
Starting to get the good rolls now.
Yeah, warmed up the dice finally.
Finally.
So are there? What is the people that are all milling out into there? What do they look like?
It seems to be an assortment of, basically from this distance, well-dressed people, but some servants as well. Other than that, it's not much you can truly tell.
Are they kind of? Are they all coming in from different directions, or do they sort of combine it to one sort of line, like a path going up to where they're all headed?
They come from different directions, all towards one central location.
So they're literally meeting in the center of this
Possibly.
village.
It's hard
so the
to-
longhouses are kind
Yeah.
of. Are the longhouses kind of set up at around an area, like a circular?
To some extent, yeah. I mean, basically, it's not possible to from where you are to see the entire village. And,
Yeah.
basically, they are meeting in some place, possibly in one of the longhouses, but it's an obstructed view for you right this moment.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just try and get close, and I'm gonna see if I So with those, how close did I get, and what can I see, and all that stuff.
I also will need to roll too.
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay. But so you two are going in, and the rest of y'all are staying back.
I'm going in.
You're going in. Okay.
Go ahead. I'm not very stealthy, so I would have to find another way there.
Piggyback with somebody, or assist rolls. What kind of stealth rolls are we currently doing? Stealth and perception, or?
Depends on how you're trying to actually access the village. I mean, if you're watching for guards and trying to stealthily make your way up, that is stealth and perception. It's how you describe your action.
I'm going to stay kind of back. I'm going to carefully see or try to perceive the longhouses nearest to us, and keep, get closer to where the people are gathering, but with, kind of staying back by the longhouses and kind of out of sight, whether that's just kind of kneeling down or trying to just be unseen in general. And keep an ear out also for any movement in the longhouse that I might be standing next to make sure nobody's going to approach me, and try to just stay hidden from them as well.
But you're actually going up to a longhouse.
Yeah.
Okay.
Closer to the group of people.
All right. So
I'm hoping, or if I'm understanding the setup right, are past where the longhouse would be.
Okay. So those of you who are moving into the area, getting into closer range of everything, go ahead and give me your stealth rolls.
And it's perception stealth?
Perception stealth, for the way that you were describing it, yes.
Okay.
Cristi, what is your character going to be doing, though?
Unfortunately, I'm good at making distraction and being loud and drawing attention to myself. So, me trying to be sneaky is probably not a good thing.
Okay.
So, I will try to get... I'll stay pretty much here, but I'll kind of skirt to where I'm a little bit closer, but I'm still by the lake. And I'll keep an eye out, and if I see things going badly... I will try to make a distraction.
Yeah, you can help to pull them away from us, potentially.
Did you have a bow, or was it shuriken? Or
I have shuriken and daggers.
Okay.
But I have other tricks up my sleeve that makes noise, so...
Gotcha.
Okay.
And question real quick.
Yeah.
Do I have to designate karma before or after I roll?
Before.
Uh-oh.
Did you?
I crit failed on my stealth roll.
Oh, no.
I tripped over my dog.
And
Keiko!
And Keiko yelped.
Well, we'll get to that.
Yeah, I still need to do my check.
Yeah. Let's go ahead. Mako, I haven't heard from you yet. Or Mako, sorry.
Yeah, so I was planning on getting up there as close as I could so I could watch the gathering. What I would like to do when I can observe things a little bit better, if I can sort of kind of infiltrate the gathering a little bit by blending in, or otherwise I'm thinking about pulling the wandering monk routine and just sort of wander up onto it and be the wandering drunk monk that's been walking through the forest.
Drunk monk.
So it kind of depends on what it looks like once I get up there. But my stealth roll is really any other skill that I can use in this situation to combine. It's all going to give me the same stats, unless survival, which would give me one more. So,
like I said, it depends on how you describe your approach. I mean, at this point, you would be going for deception and stealth because you're doing the whole. Your plan is to deceive when you get there if people notice you.
Oh, yeah, that's how I want to get into the group once I can see the group. If I think that's a possibility.
Yeah.
Okay. Or you just want me to make that roll for it now?
Yes.
Okay.
Based on how you described your action, that's what I'm calling for.
Okay. Then I am going to also use karma. How much karma do we have?
3.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll spend 2 karma
you
and have some extra dice to roll.
Yeah, it's got a crit fail, so yeah.
So there is 4, yeah. Okay. I forgot that my crit fails actually are a boon to the party on some occasions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay?
Yay? Question mark.
And okay, so here's this brings something up. Then also my focus trigger.
Hold on 1 second. All right, sorry about that. Yes, Dad.
Okay, so I think I get to add a karma to the group because my focus trigger is I gain a karma when choosing to observe over safety. So this stunt that I'm pulling here, I think, falls into that.
I would say yes.
Awesome. All right, so there's a karma back for it. And I need to
Hooray.
probably send you a picture of this roll.
Why?
Oh, is it all zeros?
I rolled 3 10s and a 7.
What?
Wow.
We trust you, David.
Yes. Also,
it's too ridiculous to make up.
Yeah.
yeah.
No one would ever try that.
Now, if you would have said
know?
4 10s, that might
We
get
might
a little
have-
suspicious.
We might have
but
been like,
3,
yeah.
Wow, good timing for that
I
roll.
like the
Mako.
only time that I can add karma to the group. Well, I guess I have some other ones, but one of mine is gain 1 karma if he frightens people when he doesn't mean to, because he has ritualistic scarring.
I need to see
John,
if there's
what would
Yeah.
you say the difficulty of this roll was that I just made?
Getting in there and like trying not to seem out of place.
Mm-hmm.
I would have said it was near legendary, but we already know that you
You
succeeded.
hit Mr. Seven
very
successes.
much succeeded.
Would you? Yeah, like say, was it a
6
difficulty of
successes.
4 or 5?
I would have said, like to go in there and nobody recognize you would be a 4. You know,
Okay. Which means not only did I get the success, but I also got the boost success with the 3 over what I needed.
Sorry, legendary is 5. Sorry,
Okay. All right, so
challenging
then
is
not
4.
not the boost.
Not the boost, but you did succeed. So let me describe this to
Yes,
y'all
please.
based upon this situation. As you are all stealthily making your way into this village, except for obviously Jun, who's basically keeping a
And-
lookout. Well, we're going to get to that.
Oh man,
Kurayami,
Kurayami.
you turn me gray, sir.
But Saburo and Hanami, you are making your way and stealthily moving across this, no man's land between the tree and the village.
Mm-hmm.
And you're making it there, and out of the corner of your eye to the right, you see just simply Mako. Moving as if absolutely nothing is out of the ordinary. Just
be drunk.
walking.
He's drunk. What is he
Gourd in
doing?
hand, and he basically just walks in like he belongs there and is just one of the people. And he blends in as the last few people. As you get up to the longhouse, he blends in with the last few people going inside. And that's when you hear the sound of a yelp and splash behind you. And turning, you see Kurayami has tripped over his dog and is landed in a puddle. The guard that was at the... there was a guard at the porch of this building where everybody has congregated into. He looks over his shoulder, closes the doors, and begins to walk that direction.
Now, is this the guard with the Fujita House crest on his back, or is this a different guard?
This is a different guard.
Of course.
Another guard.
Does he have a crest, or is he properly disguised?
This is
Is
one
he
of the
un-
guards that had escorted. It was over by the carriage. The
Okay.
one that has
The
no
one with the
crest or
handmaidens.
anything.
Okay, so this one might be the guy in charge. That fifth guy.
Perhaps.
Or for the guy in charge.
Right.
It's
So,
possible.
well, yeah, not that the guard is the guy in charge. The guard is
Yeah,
working
yeah,
for the guy in
working
charge.
for
But the family that's in charge
potentially
controlled everybody.
the family that invited.
Okay, so he is walking. Is he? So we're coming up. Me and Kurayami and Hanami are coming up from the same direction, right? So when he is going to be coming towards that sound, he's going to be coming past me because I went up first.
Mm-hmm.
So do I need to make any sort of check to remain hidden as he passes me?
No, you
Okay.
you succeeded in your check.
Okay,
Okay.
great.
Nope, just me.
Yeah.
Just the one.
And I don't know if I said, but I did have 1 success for
Oh,
my
yes.
roll.
Okay.
So, as he passes me and I remain unseen, I would like to make a speed and stealth sneak attack on him.
Okay. What's your goal with this?
So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to like draw a knife and run up behind him and tackle him to the ground and put my knife to his throat and say, "Don't make a sound."
Yeah, just for the audience, is everybody else looking? Is everyone else looking at this guard that walked away? I mean, if he doesn't come back,
no, he closed the door, and the congregation was inside this building.
Okay, so the
Everyone
guard.
gone.
Okay, I'm sorry,
he's
I didn't
walking
mean to get
across
in
by
there.
himself.
So he was
Okay.
the one stand out.
So he was
guard.
like, I need to check what's
Alright.
up. Okay,
But
cool.
So then, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna draw a dagger. I'm going to use that knockout poison that that I crafted at the first of this thing. So that's not a total waste. And I'm going to make a surprise attack against him. So I get a +1 speed when making a surprise attack. So I'm going to run after him.
Excellent.
3 speed,
Okay.
4 stealth. And would this technically be a combat? If it is, then I'm acting first, and I get more fight. Well, that's fighting. Never mind. I'll just go like this.
Okay.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I just rolled all successes. This is a 0 up here.
That's
It's the skull on that die, but it's a 0. So I get a boost, 2 9s, 3 8s, and a 7.
Holy cow!
Nice.
Yeah, I think that
Legendary knockout.
Legendary.
LKO.
you just literally knocked him out. It's like you took him down so quickly and so powerfully, and you're like, you whispered that thing to him, but he's already out cold.
Yeah. All right.
Rockabye. Oh.
Rockabye guard.
T.
Okay.
Yeah. So I did that, and I sort of rise to a crouch, look over at Kurayami, and raise a finger.
And
to
I
my
go,
lips.
That kid again.
And I make my way back over to the to where I was, and I'm actually. Do we see any people around that are outside of the house now that the guard is not there?
No.
Sweet.
okay.
They believe that, from the looks of it, you would say that they believe that they are completely covert. They don't think anybody knows they're here.
Understandable, yeah.
Now that I've seen that this has happened and there doesn't appear to be any eyes on the outside, I'm going to make my way that way now that I don't have to be stealthy.
Okay. So the 4 of you now are approaching the building.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and... Makoto.
David, you're inside.
Yeah, he's inside, so I'm going to be describing things for him for a moment.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
You walked up the porch as if nothing was out of the ordinary, and there's this magical moment where there's 5 groups of people coming together. Nobody's certain who you belong to, but you must belong to one of the others because they really don't know.
Like a wedding crasher.
You have perfectly blended in this situation, and you're just standing there. You kind of move off to the side a little. But this room is not so big, so everybody's kind of crowded together. And you see this assortment of what you are gathering to be 3 nobles and the gentleman who is dressed in very ornate clothing. And they're all facing this wall with anticipation, where you see the doors, another interior wall opens up, opened by the 2 handmaidens. And walking through this opening is a woman dressed very ornately, obviously noble dress and everything else. And you recognize the mon almost instantaneously on her garments. And you would know this to be the family crest of Sakamoto.
Sakamoto.
And this is not just noble family. This is a royal relative family.
Oh, crud.
And what was the name again?
Sakamoto.
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 Indeed. So this individual strides forward and begins to speak, as everyone outside you are still making your way to this building. Sure. This individual strides forward, and there are gasps amongst the group, and obviously looks of recognition as well. Everybody knows who this is to some extent, at least this family. And this individual begins to speak. I thank you all for coming and joining me today. Each one of you received my summons and my request, and we might as well be quite frank, each one of you are representing a certain group. It has become evident to myself and all of you that this conflict must end. Our homes lay destroyed, and moreover, I do not see any other way for this to end beyond the Emperor being dethroned. There are murmurs that spread through the group, and everybody's just like, you hear things of, but is the Emperor immortal? Somebody's already tried to kill him. Will the army take over should the Emperor fail? I mean, all these questions are ringing out throughout the group. She begins to raise her hand as if to continue and speak further. To those of you outside, as you're approaching the building, your dog stops. His ears begin to pivot, and he looks around. Everybody, go ahead and let's see if you have some intuition and perception.
And John, while they're on the outside doing that,
yes.
I'd like to go ahead and make my my empathy and I guess intuition check to get the intentions of Sakamoto there.
Okay.
Motives, intents, and if he's lying.
Are we looking...
It is a her.
Her? Okay. Yeah.
Are we looking for a physical thing, or...
At this time, you're not certain. But basically, this has to do with your innate perceptions.
I crit failed on that one.
Okay.
I have 2 successes.
2 successes.
Is my dog also a part of this?
Yes, absolutely.
So I can use that as in my dog token?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That is a boost and 3 successes.
Plus a boost.
No, including the
Including
boost.
the
So
3
2
successes.
with the boost.
Nice.
Four successes.
4 successes.
So I'm great at killing people, but not great at seeing.
You
You're
continue
not great at
towards
listening.
the building unabated by anything. Hanami and Kurayami, you both see a flock of birds, like a large flock, suddenly take off from the distance and fly away, alerting you that there might be something out there. Beyond that, Jun, you are coming along a little bit slower, but you look over and a large puddle, you're seeing ripples moving through it.
Like slithery with...
No, as in
Or vibration.
vibrations. Something tells you that there may be, this based on your intuition, that the army is approaching.
That's way fast.
But
Faster than you would expect it.
2 weeks.
Yes. Obviously, your the resources that you had and the information you had was outdated, or a different group has arrived here.
Could they maybe have been here already?
That is a possibility.
Well, nerds.
Okay.
Well, now that I've got that sinking feeling, I'm definitely quickening my steps
Mhm. Okay.
and try to low whistle to get their attention in
Yeah.
front of me.
I feel like Keiko has probably got his hair. His hands
Yeah.
are up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Something is very
something
wrong.
is not right.
Okay. And for Mako,
Mm-hmm.
you get the... or have you made your roll yet?
Yeah, I got 3 successes.
3 successes. Okay. I thought you had. You get the feeling that this individual from the Sakamoto family is speaking in earnest and honestly.
Excellent.
So, we will see how y'all are going to respond to this at this point. But we've got only a few minutes left on this episode. So, what are y'all going to do?
I have not heard anything, so I'm not. I cannot react to this.
Saburo!
Yes, we.
What?
Come here, come here.
And I turn around and I move toward them.
And then, we point out the ripples.
Someone's coming.
A lot of someone's.
Yeah,
Exactly.
a big someone.
I feel like we should let these people know.
Well, we also don't know what
We don't know
Sakamoto is
what's
saying.
going on inside.
And we don't know what's going on with Mako.
So
I almost feel like it's more of we should go there because we don't know what Mako is doing, and if something's about to happen, we don't want to be separated from him.
If only we had some way to communicate.
We need.
Yeah.
We
okay.
need some special
So
jewelry.
I have an idea.
okay.
Since my dog has already been seen, I would like to send Keiko barreling up into he may not be able to get in since the door was closed, but I want him to go on the porch and howl because Mako will know what that means.
Okay.
That sounds like a good
That
idea
sounds
to
like
me.
a
Yeah.
good idea.
And if it's bad, and they're upset with us.
Yeah. You, Mako, as you are inside, different voices are being raised. These individual questions are being brought to Sakamoto's attention. And she handles the questions with some, flair, some respect. And she's like, no, this is something that we must truly take on. And we must gather our forces. But the only way we can do that is for everyone to know that who is united together. And this is the start of it. And that's when you hear the howling on the porch.
And then,
I'm not sure if this would work for this situation, but I'm tempted to activate one of my chis. It's called Thundering Drums. Unseen drums begin pounding in time with the ninja's movements. When the ninja or an ally describes how their actions are timed to the beat, such as an attack strike to the rhythm or speech with words emphasized on each thumb, they gain +1 bonus and deal an extra +1 damage. I wouldn't be worried about the damage portion of this per se, just more
Just
of
the
the...
noise.
You're trying to...
alert.
Okay.
trying to alert people.
Okay.
We can start yelling if we want to. I mean,
Yeah.
Well, let's start off with Mako. How are you going to respond to dog howling before these drums start up?
Okay, my immediate inclination would be the only reason that the dog would come up here howling is if there was some sort of threat of danger.
Okay.
So
That's
how
reasonable.
are the people inside reacting?
Startled. There's supposed to be somebody outside. What in the world? There's a dog out there now.
Well, and we know that some people have heard the legends of the clan in this area.
Yeah.
So, I was also hoping that maybe it would incite a little bit of
Might spook
concern.
him out.
Yeah. There's definitely some fear, trepidation spreading through the group. What in the world is this?
Also, I have an
Did
idea.
I-
Can I
sorry.
climb on top of a longhouse somewhere and see if I can see further and see this
Absolutely.
British army?
Absolutely.
Let me do that. I'll do athletics perception. 3 successes.
3 successes. Yeah. You jump up on... this was athletics?
Athletics and perception. Yeah.
Athletics perception. You jump up and clamber up the roof quickly. And at the, just coming into view, you see a large stretch of basically Imperial army
All
coming
right.
this direction.
Okay.
crumbs.
Just as we feared.
Yeah.
Am I close enough to open the door?
Yes, you are, definitely. You stayed near the back of the room. You weren't trying to draw too much
Okay.
attention to yourself. Being
All
as
right.
legendary at that moment as you were.
All right, so I think I'm about to completely undo all of my being unnoticed.
Okay.
I think what I'm going to attempt to do at this point is I will open the door,
Mm-hmm.
confirming that it is Keiko,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I will yell out to the room, everyone here is in danger. There are troops coming.
Okay.
And then I will, not sure this is going to be a good idea or not, but I will activate a jutsu
Okay.
in front of everyone watching me after I yelled that, so that they know exactly where I'm coming from and what side I'm on when I say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, basically, to narrate this scene, so you have clambered up on top of the building and see this.
Yeah.
And as you are activating, Jun, as you are activating your jutsu for the drums, the door flies open, and you, Mako, you see the dog there, and you make this speech as these phantom drums begin to sound alongside of what you're doing. And your group has basically made this declaration. And then on top of that, what was the jutsu you were going to activate for Mako?
I will activate Air's Embrace,
Mm-hmm.
which is going to make me quicker and be able to run over things like that. But it's just the activation of it lets them know, So
Okay.
that's kind of my idea. So I'm activating something they can see that I'm activating it, and they know that
Yeah.
I'm a ninja.
And then I think I might yell, "Imperial troops! I see them."
Okay. There is confusion and clamor, but at the same time, there is fear in the faces, and not necessarily fear of your group.
I was going to say, yeah, are they afraid of
Right.
us or are they afraid of...
I thought the Imperial Army would get them more than us.
Yeah.
There is amongst these nobles, there is obviously an intent to scramble and leave.
Okay, so
As
they're
there should
not
be.
they're not here as friends to the Empire for sure.
No. But Sakamoto just stands there. Her handmaidens definitely look afraid, and she has two guards with her, or actually one guard at this point, who basically are trying to get her to move as well. But she kind of looks on to the group with obviously some recognition of who and what you are.
And I did get a success on activating my chi.
So the drums
The drums are going.
All right, so
Well, I should say 3 successes.
but yeah, so obviously in this situation, yeah, none of these people are friends to the Empire, and possibly one of the highest ranking individuals in the Empire is here.
Right.
And she just basically strides through, all the clamor as these people are going outside, gathering their things, their servants. Like the man who is severely well dressed, his servants, he's basically ordered them, get everything out of here and set fire to the building. I don't want them even having an excuse to think I was here.
Right.
And they take off immediately and start doing this. But while this is happening, this individual, the Sakamoto, strides forward through all this chaos, just calm as calm could be, and walks up to your character, Mako,
Okay.
and says, I am Sakamoto Echo.
I will give a quick, respectful bow and say, perhaps it is time to seek safety. and I will start to back away.
She nods and says, I'm not certain everyone will make it.
We will do what we can.
She nods. Very good.
And then I will leap away.
Yeah, she strides out the door, her people following her. And, yeah. In the back of your mind, as she's walking past, I mean, she has a very noble bearing. And an appearance that it takes you a moment and then you recognize something about her. She obviously looks very similar to her cousin. And you know that the face and the appearance simply because it was bannered all over the Empire. That she looks the spitting image of her cousin, the Emperor's wife, who had fallen during the Ninja's Crusade. Yes. Her mother was Izuhana.
Oh.
Oh, sorry, not mother, her cousin, yes.
Yes.
All right, so
Interesting.
then we see, or I see Mako leaving.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna jump down off that longhouse and start moving that direction, and we are gonna get out of Dodge.
Yeah, because we are not enough to fight the Izu army.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we can try and help others.
Yeah, we can
to
help others
leave. But we weren't sent there to fight. We were sent there
to gather
to
information
what's
and
going
gather
return.
information and know, like, they are there. There is a resistance.
Mhm.
Now, how many people survive getting out could be kind of up to what we can do.
Yeah, does it look like Sakamoto has... Does she look like she's preparing to leave, or does she look like she's ready to face down the devil and
No,
the gates of hell?
she is basically moving in the opposite direction of the army,
Okay.
but she is leaving on foot with her soldier and the 2 handmaidens at this point.
And so she's leaving her carriage there?
She is leaving her carriage there. It's unmarked. She's hoping that for the better or worse, Nobe will be able to tie it to her more than likely.
Okay, I see.
Okay, so how far is that guard from this carriage that they had? The guard that I took down. How far is he from
The guard
carriage?
is probably not too far from the carriage.
Okay, so what I'm thinking about is like dragging him over and just slitting his throat, like right next to the carriage, and planting a knife on him or something like that, and then running and make it look like someone attacked these people, and that maybe they carried off Sakamoto or whoever.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm at least gonna drag him over there, and then hang on, I'm gonna do some empathy or something like that, and
Wait, who are you attacking?
Yeah.
the guard that I took down earlier and knocked him out with the knockout poison.
Oh, yeah, because you only knocked him out. You hadn't killed him.
Right. He's not dead yet.
Yeah.
Was he? I didn't think he was a guard. I thought he was someone.
No, he was a guard.
He was
guard.
just
Okay.
a guard that was guarding the
Outside
house.
while everyone was meeting on the inside.
The sound of flames beginning within that one longhouse has already begun, and you can, looking over, see that it is already starting to catch on fire.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to use an empathy and like an intuition or something like that to figure out if I actually kill him, will it make it more viable? That make this deception more viable. That's 2 successes. So if I drag him over towards the carriage, I don't know, break something on the carriage or whatever, and kill this guy, will that make the deception that they have been attacked and Sakamoto is not there anymore more viable?
Possibly, but at the same time, at right this moment, there's not much evidence that Sakamoto was there in the first place.
Okay.
Her guards and her handmaidens had disguised their appearance. They weren't wearing anything that was crest-like. This was the family that you were unable to tell who they were.
Right, but then if they capture him and he wakes up and tells them,
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah, I'm killing him.
the best thing you can do.
yeah,
So,
I'm-
but she
I'm
is
done.
wearing something that identifies her bloodline because
She is, because obviously if she gets captured...
So if she
Yeah,
gets
that's
captured, this is bad news. So we need to
Yes.
make sure that she gets out of here
Mhm.
at all
Gets
costs.
back with us,
Yeah.
essentially.
We probably should go with her then, or some of us should.
Right. Yeah. So I will be moving that guy towards the carriage or towards the burning longhouse or whatever, and I'm going to kill him to make it to at least, at least make sure he can't tell Sakamoto's secret.
Yeah.
I mean, can we see guards? I mean, are they coming into where the nearish enough that they can start seeing people?
Yeah, how much distance do we
Because he was
have?
up on a rooftop when he saw the line of Imperial soldiers.
Okay, so the families are basically going their own ways, trying to get
Mhm.
away. And you see what appears to be the individual from Fujita and his soldier who was with him had a crest. they're basically trying to hop on horses and ride northeast. You have the individual Nakaba and his people are basically trying to go south. Maybe they're trying to make for the coast, roughly where your boat is.
I was going to say, is there a way that we can get the... Does she have a title? I mean, I keep wanting to call her the princess, but she's not the princess. She's
just a noble.
She's a noble. I would like... Is there any way that we could possibly aid her flight back to where our smaller boat is to get back and then head out to our boat that's farther offshore? And I'm just throwing this out here. If she's got handmaidens and servants that are traveling with her, you said she's got an entourage of like 4?
Now only 3.
Now only 3, and is it just 2 handmaidens and a what?
2 handmaidens and 1 guard.
And 1 guard.
And they are fleeing to the west. They basically are going the direction of your tree and trying to go further away. They're the ones who, at this point, are traveling opposite of
everything.
Everything. The individual Tetsuya. You see that he actually pulls a skiff out from underneath one of the buildings, and him and his entourage, very few of them, basically get on the skiff. 2 of the 2 are not able to make it, and they are just running wild. They're trying to get away.
Okay. My suggestion would be, I would like to run to where Sakamoto is, and I mean, if I recognize her, I mean, just because Mako recognized her doesn't mean that I know who in the world she is. But if Mako has told us when he hopped away from the longhouse, if he mentioned who it was, and we have some inkling, then I would run to her and say, come with us, we can get you away from here. But how much room do we have on our boat? How many people can fit on our the little fishing vessel that we've got? We came to shore in.
You come to shore and are basically the equivalent of rowboats. And basically, it was a small boat off of a merchant ship. So you could probably get 1, maybe 2 more people on it.
Besides all of us?
Besides your group.
Besides our group?
Okay.
We can get you and a handmaiden, maybe, but Mako has insinuated that you are of some nobility that is worth.
If 1 more of us wants to stay behind so that the other handmaiden can get away, we could do that.
Which I will say, Kurayami is very interested in staying in this area.
Okay.
And looking for stuff for the clan, the pack of the Black Moon. He would like to stay here and investigate more.
That technically saves us 2 spots because of...
and then that would allow more people to get on the boat if me and Keiko stayed back. Yeah, because Keiko is a big boy.
Right.
So your group runs over and has this conversation quickly with Sakamoto as they're trying to flee. And your group begins to lead her towards the shore, trying to get back to your boat. And so that means that Kurayama is going to stay behind?
I'm going to stay behind. I'm going to tell Mako, old friend, I will see you again, but we must part ways now.
I understand.
And
stay safe.
And Keiko and I we will head towards any wooded area that we can find as quickly as we can.
Safe travels.
Get yourself hidden.
Okay.
Good luck.
And we're going to go ahead and call it here for this episode. And to some extent, this comes to a conclusion for our arc with Ninja's Crusade. But I think we're going to try and find some way to continue the storyline. I hope everybody enjoyed this.
Yes.
Very much. Very much.
Yes. No,
We had
thank
a
you
good
for
time.
putting this together.
All right. And so thank you so much for listening to Seriously Let's Play, and be sure to look out for when this next one comes along. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Arigato.
Goodbye.
And that will do it for us tonight on Seriously Let's Play. Remember, you can email us at nerdsdomain@gmail.com, find us at facebook.com/nerdsdomain, and twitter.com/nerdsdomain. We have all of our podcasts over at nerdsdom.com, so don't forget to check those out, and sign up for our newsletter while you're there. You can head over to iTunes and give us a 5-star rating, and don't forget you can always support us at patreon.com/nerdsdomain, and check out our t-shirts at teepublic.com.